Welcome back to In the Blue. I am your host, John Flounder, here with my co-host, Steve DeStefano. Steve, what's going on? And I am just noticing purple nail polish.
You like it?
That is...
It's my color.
That's something else.
My daughter's 3 years old.
Say no more. If your daughter says you have to paint your nails, you have to paint your nails.
I went to Wawa with these. I went to the carnival with these.
That's great.
And I have matching toenails.
Nice.
And she did a great job on the toes.
Shout out to Hamilton, Buena Festa, everybody. It's feast week. I've eaten, I don't know how many sandwiches, 2 roast beef, 4 roast pork, sausage and peppers, the spaghetti plates from the Assumption stand. I've eaten it all.
The St. Joe has the biggest sausage and pepper sandwiches I've ever seen.
Their roast beef sandwiches are big, and it's only $9. I mean, things are a little up, always at the carnival at prices, but for $9 and the roast beef sandwich you get is like, it was worth it. And it was good. It was delicious.
Yeah.
So, Buena Festa, everybody. Happy Feast Week for our fellow Hamiltonians.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a good time. We went on the Ferris wheel, me and Giada.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool. She lost her mind because she dropped her snow cone. And it was abort mission. Time to go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She was a melting snowman by then.
Oh, God,
yeah, but
she lost it.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah, she lost it. She couldn't wring the rubber duck's neck. Dude, I like it. It's like competitive.
Yeah.
She missed the duck and she lost. She was like, "Fuck." She didn't say "fuck," but that's what I thought. You know,
right,
that's what I imagined her saying.
You thought that was going on.
She dropped to her knees, like fucking hit the ground. I was like, "Yeah." It's my girl.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
So I had a little experience this week. My son left for Marine Corps boot camp.
Congrats.
Thank you for posting that up on the last episode. He is officially in boot camp. He's in what they call the receiving stage. He'll meet his official drill instructors who will be with him the next 3 months on Saturday. And that's when really all hell breaks loose for him. So he's tired and miserable right now. They're up for like 36 hours straight that first couple days. They don't even sleep. Then he'll finally get rest. They'll do an IST tomorrow, initial strength test, and then they'll play some platoons. Then he'll get his drill instructors, and then the work begins. So hopefully October 11th, I'll see him on the other side. He'll be a Marine, just like me, and that's pretty cool. That's a you're bonded for life as a father and son, and we'll be bonded for life with that family too. So that's pretty cool. So thanks for putting that shout out, everybody. If you're listening, keep your thoughts and prayers with my kid while he's going through boot camp. So I appreciate that.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, man. Another cold one this week. It was pretty cold out there this week, huh?
Yeah, dude. Who turned the temperature down?
When did we move to Africa? Like I don't understand. Like I remember some hot summers. This is up there. This summer's pretty freaking hot.
Yeah, and speaking of which, we have a live update from our correspondent, Raggedy Randy.
Raggedy Randy here. And it is 9,862 degrees out this motherfucker. They got me on this cock-sucking jackhammer again. God is my witness, I will quit right the fuck now if they don't get me off of this motherfucker. I can't fucking breathe out here. Jesus Christ. It's hotter than a leather sofa in a big girl's dressing room. I gotta go back to school because this fucking shit just ain't cutting it. I fucking hate it here.
Thanks, Randy.
All right, so what do we got going on this week? What do we got going on for this episode?
What's the dumbest thing? I got a dumb thing.
Okay.
It's Dunkin' Donuts is doing it wrong. They're just doing it fucking wrong. I get done work early. It's like 2:15. Very excited. Think I'll treat myself to a medium black iced coffee.
Okay.
Pull in the Dunkin' Donuts. 2:15 is not a very busy time at Dunkin' Donuts. I'm the third person in line. One person is ordering. One person is in front of them. And it is me. And then there's a person behind me. And I'm in such a good mood. I'm going to pay for the guy behind me.
There you go. Pay for it. I like it.
So I started listening to Pete and Sebastian Maniscalco was the first podcast I ever listened to.
Okay.
And they like put a challenge out there to their audience to buy a coffee for the person behind them. So I've been kind of doing this for a while, just every once in a while if I'm in a good mood.
I do it every Friday at Wawa.
Do you?
Every Friday to whoever's behind me.
So I do it, so I pay for them, and I'm out of there before they even know they got paid for. But the first time I ever did it, there was a van. And he must have ordered for the whole fucking office. The guy was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah, whatever." It was like $45 Dunkin' Donuts. Like, whatever. They're all beeping, fucking, you know, like, whatever, you know. But so yeah, I'm in a good mood. I'm gonna buy the guy's coffee behind me. Whatever, dude. I don't get up to even order my shit until like 2:30, and at this point, I'm like, whatever. 2:30, still early. I'm still in a good mood. Still paying for the guy behind me. Order my medium black iced coffee. Done. Right? By the time I get to the fucking window, dude, it's like 2:45. I don't even know what would cause me. I must have been on the phone or something, but I'm getting like really agitated at this point. I paid for the shit. They hand me a large like chocolate latte. I don't even know what it was. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, that's not mine. What did you get? I got a medium black iced coffee. Okay. Then he takes a fucking another coffee that clearly wasn't black off of the thing and tries hand. I said, that's not mine either. Then the guy walks around. I lose total, can't see him anymore.
Right.
He's pouring a medium black iced coffee and he's dipping his nutsack in it.
Right.
And then he's going to give it to me. Comes back with like a small coffee with cream and sugar in it. I'm like, what the fuck? So again, I'm like, okay, that's not. Then he passes me off to the other guy. And he's trying to give me all the fucking coffees too. I'm like, dude, they're not. This is. I just want a medium black coffee. Totally forget about the guy behind me. Fuck him at this point. I just need my medium black iced coffee.
Right.
So now he goes around the corner. I lose like now I'm getting double teabagged in my medium black iced coffee.
Guaranteed.
For sure, dude. And so I finally fucking get it. Michelle's already. I mean, like me and Michelle left work at the same time. She was saying she was getting a coffee. So then that's what sparked the idea in my mind. Dude, I got out of there. I called her. It's like 3:05. I'm like, I just fucking pulled out of here. She's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah.
It's unreal.
And you know what it tasted like, the coffee? Other than nut sacks? It tasted like someone broke up an ibuprofen 800. Ugh. Yeah. It really did. It tasted like a Tylenol or ibuprofen.
Oh man, you know what the problem is? Was it young kids that were at the counter?
They were young. They had weird tattoos. They were
even
confused.
the tattoos. These fucking kids just don't. What is wrong with the workforce? Everyone should base their employees off of Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Your customer service, that should be the minimum. You should be just like Chick-fil-A. My pleasure, even if you don't mean it.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you should be doing.
They were mad at me.
Right, they're mad at you.
What do you mean you don't want this?
I'd have been like medium iced coffee. Like, how it was 3 words.
Yeah.
And they screwed it up 3 times.
Yeah. More than that, probably. But yeah, it was, well, I want to know what the, like, minimum standard is to get a fucking job. Like, nothing?
Nothing.
Do you even have to fill out an application?
Nobody wants to work. No one wants to work.
You just go like, oh, hey, can I work? Yeah, go ahead.
So then these entitled little fucking shits go out there and do get jobs because their parents are like, well, we're making you work now. They don't want to work. So then they're, I have to work now. So then they're going there. They don't give a shit. They take no pride in anything they do. Yeah. You know, and they just want to hand it to them. They want everything handed to them.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did in life, when I raised my kid, but whatever I did, it worked. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been nothing but motivated. He's been nothing. He's worked 2 jobs. He's successful at them. He saves money. You know, my kid at 18 years old going into Marines is talking about when he wants to buy investment properties. And then before he left, we opened up a Robinhood account. He started dipping in some stocks. I showed him how to buy stocks. 18 years old. That's to me, that's amazing. Especially with kids nowadays. I don't know what these parents are doing. I don't know if their hands are tied, if the parents are lazy.
It's whatever. Fuck the parent. It's the manager at the Dunkin' Donuts who's hiring these people. Like they must just walk in like, hey, can I get a job? And they're like, yeah, go ahead, go ahead, give it a shot, whatever. See
Dunkin' Donuts, that one, and not to mention that Dunkin' Donuts is the way it's set up. If you get more than 5 cars in a line, you're out in the middle of the fucking White Horse Pike.
Can I tell you something? I usually feel bad for walking to a Dunkin' Donuts, taking a shit, walking out without buying nothing. Mm-hmm. I'll never feel bad for that again.
I don't.
I'm going to just shit.
Just
all
poop.
day in Dunkin'
Gotta
Donuts.
poop. And Dunkin' Donuts is a solid one.
I'm going to save it for Dunkin' Donuts.
That's a solid one to go into. They're always clean
It is.
bathrooms.
Yeah, you
especially
can
in
lock the
morning.
door behind you.
Yes.
Chill on your phone. No one's, I mean, they might knock, but.
Everyone not. I for whatever reason, when I walk in and take a shit somewhere, somebody's constantly behind
Do they
me.
knock more than once, too?
Everyone's always. There's always somebody
What the
behind me.
fuck?
Always.
What do you think I'm fucking doing?
Yeah. I mean, even
You
if
knock
I'm,
more than once?
even if I'm rubbing one out, leave me alone.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. I'll be out when I'm out.
Fuck, you know?
Let fucking break. I got here first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever. All right. What was your dumb thing?
I gotta be honest. I don't really know if I can think of one. Oh, okay. I will.
All right.
I do have one, and
yeah.
this is not construction related, but it is on the road. Pennsylvania drivers.
Oh.
Okay, I drove home. I was to see my kid off. We were driving back from Maryland. If you're from Pennsylvania, you fucking suck. You're supposed go hang out at your mother's house or at a bar, not in the fucking left lane. It's unreal to me how they do, and they do the speed limit or less in the fucking left lane. I literally passed on the expressway 10 Pennsylvania cars, all Pennsylvania tags, all doing 60 in the fucking passing lane of the Atlantic City Expressway.
It's so annoying.
I laid on the horn as I'm passing. My wife's like, "Stop, stop!" I'm like, "What are they gonna do?
Yeah,
What are they gonna do?"
What are they gonna do?
I'm flying by them. What are they gonna do? I'm just letting them know they're assholes. They don't care. They think I'm an asshole. Well, I am. At least I admit it. You know. So that is. So anyone who does this, if you're fucking driving in the left lane, that means you have ticket money. You have money to pay tickets. If you don't have money to pay tickets, get the fuck out of the left lane. Because that's for people like us that want to go to speed and we don't care if we get a fucking ticket.
So we touched this subject a bit, you know, in text messages, and then someone said, you know, oh, New Jersey drivers too. Of course, the PA guy says
There is always your
fucking
assholes.
the PA guy says, yeah, it's a fucking
who
New
was
Jersey
who was
drivers.
born and raised in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So
But let me tell you something. I kept my eye out. New Jersey drivers fucking suck too.
they do.
But every Pennsylvania driver sucks.
Pennsylvania,
Some New Jersey drivers.
Virginia
suck.
drivers are another
Yeah.
bad one.
Delaware's
for this.
awful.
Yeah, the hanging out in the left lane.
Yeah.
Stop. Fucking stop.
Everyone except for New Jersey. Everyone should just come to New Jersey, learn how to drive, and then
go
be
home.
on your way.
Don't come to New Jersey. We don't want you here, please.
Well, they should send
These
New
fucking people,
Jersey
they go to the
representatives.
crowd that is short. They shit the fucking place up. I can't stand them. Go to Pennsylvania. Go hang out by the Schuylkill. You know what I mean? Go fucking set your beach chair up at the fucking Schuylkill and light a girl. Don't come to Jersey. Stay away from the shore.
They got them dollars though, dude. They fucking hook us up with them dollars.
I'm fucking horrible. I hate people. And the older I get, the more I hate people. So
Yeah.
that was my dumb thing, and it will always be my dumb thing. It's a fucking pet peeve of mine. Don't just go slow, and if you're not passing, get to. And I do it. If I pass, once I pass, and I can get in the right lane and it's clear, I get in the right lane, and then I go until I have to pass again.
Yeah.
It's just that fucking simple.
Yeah.
So that's my.
I
dumb
mean,
thing.
sometimes you can't, but like, they're just egregious with like staying in. They just won't move.
No.
Like the right
You
lane.
can flash your lights. You
Yeah.
can toot the horn. They just
The right lane turns
then
into
they
the
fucking-
hammer
then
lane.
They give you the finger wave. Or here's another one, and this is why I don't carry a gun, because then when you go to pass them, they speed up.
Yeah.
Then they speed up and they won't let you pass them. I'm like, you got to be fucking
Like on
kidding me.
Sunday drivers.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
oh my
Them
god.
Sunday drivers. That's what my dad called them.
Sunday drivers drives. I used to say let's when we were in high school walking through the hallways. I'm like, let's walk like it's Monday, not like it's Sunday.
Yeah. I'm not.
You got
very-
any shout outs this week?
Oh yeah. Yo, my boy Poogie, Joe Poogie, and his brother Nick started a detailing shop. Let me see. So they're detailing cars. They come right to your house. You don't have to leave your house. They come right to you. They
Like
got all
that.
the shit. They do it right there. I talked to him about his pricing. You can't beat his pricing. And if you give him a call and tell him Tuna Blue sent you, he'll give you a 10% discount
There
on
you
top
go.
of the unbeatable price.
You heard it here first. 10%
Yep.
discount. Joe
We'll
and
hook
Nick
you guys
Puzzi.
up with a link. Yeah, we'll hook you guys up with a link on Facebook.
High Ride Detailing Services the Shore.
Yes, sir. And
I
I know
like it.
Joe is a really good dude, man. Yeah.
Cool.
He's I love the side hustle, man. I love the hustle.
Yeah.
You gotta have a side hustle.
Oh yeah.
What do
Yeah.
you think's up with that? Why do you think everyone has this? A side
Because if you can do a side hustle and make cash, cash is king.
hustle? Yeah.
You know what I mean? The
But
why?
not not every profession does like the entire workforce have a side hustle?
Because people realize that having a side hustle, that little bit of extra money comes in handy. I actually might start a second job at nighttime here at the end of August.
What are you thinking?
So, I think I'm going to do like either security or watch a desk at the bowling alley when they open the arcade. Just something simple at nighttime for a couple hours. And I talked to one of the owners there, and they're like, "Look, I'd love to have you for the arcade when we open it. I think you'd be a perfect fit."
Yeah.
I'm like, I said I don't want anything crazy. Just a couple days a week. I'll help you out. You help me out, and so I think I might do it. It's a little extra cash. You'd be surprised how much, even just a couple $100 a week, how far that goes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's your spending money. It could be your play money.
Yeah. It's groceries.
100%.
How much is fucking ShopRite, dude?
I did. Here's no. But when I had my boat before I did the food trailer, when I had our boat, I did lawns. I was cutting lawns on the side during the week. I had a total of probably 6, 7 lawns tops, maybe 8. I didn't pay. That side gig paid for all my gas, all my bait for the whole season fishing. I didn't pay that side hustle.
Damn.
I didn't have to ask for a single dollar. I didn't have to ask, hey, told the wife, hey, I got to put gas in the boat this week. I just did the side hustle, and I paid, and I still had some left over. So that's why people do it. If you want to have toys, that's a good way to do it. Get a little side hustle.
Yeah. It's just funny how like everyone does something on the side.
Take advantage of people's laziness. That's what people do.
That might be what it is. We just gotta. Everyone has such a
society is lazy.
Yeah.
Take advantage of it. Be a handyman.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, being a handyman, that's the way to go. Because people don't want to do stuff.
Yeah. Everyone hustles that we work with, so it's just, I guess that just goes hand in hand with like trying to just go that extra step and make that extra buck, you know? And it's, it's like a kind of a safeguard against like layoffs.
Right.
Getting 2 in the blue.
Yeah, exactly. You're right, getting 2 in the blue.
Yeah, because that does happen, and then if you got your side hustle, you don't really have to worry that much. You can maybe take on more jobs or get caught up. Or, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's a good thing to do if you're in a union for sure.
A lot of guys are asphalt and concrete guys. They do a lot of them do that side hustle.
Dude, I wish I could fucking do concrete.
They fucking crush it.
I wish I could do concrete like these dudes.
I know, I can't. God bless them. Concrete's that's bull work. The forms that's a lot of bending over, hard on your back, hard on your knees. I've got the concrete guys out there. I know we follow a bunch of pages on Facebook. I'll hand it to them.
Yeah,
that's fucking the concrete's hard work.
You see the pictures they post, like them them driveways and shit.
They're
beautiful. Damn, boy.
The stamped. I love the stamped concrete that's coming out now. It looks like a wooden deck, but it's concrete. The stamp stuff, it's phenomenal. They're doing everything with it. They can do anything now with concrete. And these guys that do the concrete, I don't feel and in this heat. It sets up a lot faster. So these guys are fucking pushing to try to get this stuff and look nice and get it right.
Yeah. Have you been on a concrete crew?
I have a few times, yes.
Doesn't it feel like just the job that never ends?
Never.
It never ends.
Never.
Like there's always something to do.
Oh, yeah, it never ends. It never stops.
They just get it,
pull
dude.
pins,
all fucking
pull
day.
forms, clean the pin, clean the forms, stack this, go get that.
Yeah.
You're right. It never stops.
And then, you don't even you're just fucking
concrete trucks.
A couple thousand feet down the road.
Concrete trucks are always late. They're never. Concrete trucks are never on time.
Well, that's their only break.
Right.
Is when the concrete truck's not on time.
Right.
They get to sit under a tree for 5 fucking minutes or whatever.
And once that concrete's poured, that's it.
Yeah.
They can't stop until it's finished.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a rough one.
So the concrete. Yeah, shout out to the concrete guys out there.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Even the finishers, good work, man. They do a lot of good work.
Yeah.
Asphalt right now in the heat. Whew. This is it's brutal out there right now. The construction, but this is the bread and butter season. This is when construction. This is when we're busy. Whether you're union, non-union. This is the time to get it because before you know it, it's going to be almost Christmas and things are shutting down and things slow down and, some of the shore work opens up, but they got their pipe guys and stuff like that for that shit. So you got to get it when you can get it, man. You got to strike while the iron's hot, and that's what we're doing.
Make hay while the sun's shining.
That's it, man. Dirty hands, clean money.
Did you see this video, dude? I'm going to show you this video I found. And I ran into a situation pretty similar to this week. Watch this bitch, dude.
Yeah, he cracks them.
You saw it?
Yeah. He's lucky he didn't get ran over. He's lucky he didn't get because with that loaded bucket and the tire, if he got ran over by the tire with that loaded bucket, he was done. He was dead.
It says who's more at fault. I mean, is anyone at fault?
Well, the guys, I don't know. Don't you look around? Things move. Like when I'm out of a truck, especially in an asphalt plant, when I'm dumping and I get out to go clean the bed, I'm constantly looking around because there's loaders running all over the place.
Yeah. What's this guy doing? Is he the driver?
No, because the driver jumps out the truck. So I don't know what he's watching.
No, the driver's driving.
Yeah.
This guy's just.
And the guy in the loader's like, I'm hauling sand.
They didn't even know. They didn't feel it. They're just like,
sand. Watch this. Thump.
Okay.
Oh.
I must have ran over a rock or
Pay
something.
attention.
This guy just jumps right up.
Jesus, man. Good way to die. It's an easy way to die right there.
So, a friend of mine, right, this week, had to load up a couple. There was some porta potties in a bad spot, apparently. They've been there for 6 fucking months, but apparently now they're in a bad spot. So they got to get moved. So at the end of the day, it's like a fucking Friday, you know, and instead of doing one at a time, they're going half a mile down the road. Load both up on the loader. The loader operator, you know, gets underneath of it. My friend, he picked up, you know, he like picked up the porta potty, slid underneath. Then my friend got 2 on, ratchet strap around it, right? Lifts him up. Can't see a fucking thing, dude. Can't see a thing, right? So my friend has to, he's got this truck in front of him, a truck behind him, just ripping down a highway. Just can't even see a fucking thing. He's got to watch it. He's got to get to the side so that he can see the truck like angled. You know what I mean? To see like if he should stop, turn, or you know, like anything.
Right.
He's looking behind like, what the? I can't fucking see a fucking thing.
Just keep going.
Good thing no one was. He probably ran someone over. He could have.
Oh, he's good. That guy couldn't see nothing.
Yeah.
You figured he had to load just high enough that he could see just over top of it.
Yeah,
below
he couldn't see. No,
he wasn't
see
seeing that guy.
That happens a lot with trucks too, because you think a driver can see you over their hood, and there's a big blind spot for a good 10 foot.
100%.
Not about 10, but yeah, dude, that shit's dangerous.
Can't believe that guy just that.
Yeah, dude, let's check. Like, I love watching this video. Boom.
Ow.
He was just like,
He stands right back up.
Yeah. This guy's like, oh, shit, buddy.
What happened?
Whoa. Did that loader just shit you out?
The loader guy has no clue. No idea.
He's just loading that truck.
Yeah.
He's listening to fucking
He's listening to Two of the Blue.
Tuna Blue.
He's on the podcast right now.
Celine Dion. Something like that.
Kelly Mono, she's probably watching. That's
Yeah.
where I got the Gen X shit shirt. Shout out to Kelly Mono. Hopefully she watches. I love her.
Check this out, dude. Look at that. Look at the technique, bro.
This is great.
Look at the little hands. Look at my toes.
Nothing will bring you to your knees than the daughter.
Dude, yeah. She did so good on the first foot, and then she just rushed the rest of it. So I had fucking purple.
I used to
all
paint
over
my
me,
wife's.
man.
I can't believe I just said this. I used to paint my wife's toenails. I did. We
It's
were
fun.
dating.
If you take it serious.
I did it because it was nice. It was a nice gesture.
Yeah.
I used to paint her toenails. She goes every 2 weeks now though. She gets her nails done. She goes and gets a mani pedi every 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I mean, I don't do all that shit, but I said if you want me to touch your nails, I did it a few times. The girls they love that shit. It's all good. Oh my god, I paint your toenails.
Whenever I get a rain day.
Like big clubs.
Yeah. Whenever I get a rain day and I'm home with Giada, I take her to the salon.
Nice.
She gets her hair done.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, she gets her nails done. These the nail people, there's like one guy there.
Right.
And the guys are good. They'll just like fucking. But she's like, nope, not you. Need a lady.
It's great.
And, they're like, no, it's okay. She's like, nope.
These nail salons too. They when they talk, when they're talking about you 100%.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't understand.
Dude, you have no clue what the fuck.
The one used to
they're
break,
just smiling.
where
like,
my wife goes, because I get a pedicure probably at least twice a year. I'll get a pedicure because I like to take care of. You have to take care of your feet, and it helps with like ingrown toenails. They help so they don't you don't get them. But the one girl I get where my wife goes, she constantly breaks my balls, like constantly, and then she'll be talking. I don't know what's it like. I don't even know what they are. They Korean or something. I don't even know. But either way, I can't understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
And you know, and they're looking back. And then somebody's laughing, and then she's like, and then
they do laugh.
Yeah, and then they turn around and ask you a question. Yeah. Oh, so you come in all the time? I'm like, what in the? I'm like, this bitch is talking about me. She called me fat, guaranteed.
That might just be like maybe you just think that. Maybe they're saying
no, they
like,
guarantee. If I wish,
what are we eating for dinner?
Yeah, you remember when they used to teach Spanish in
Spanish
in high school? They should just get rid of that. You should learn like languages like Korean, Chinese, like so you can understand these other people.
Well, what if Spanish people are talking about you?
Yeah, they well, you know they are.
Well, they definitely are.
They definitely are.
They look right at you and they snarl.
Right.
And they're just like,
you know what I think? You know you're in trouble with a Spanish woman when they start hollering and then they start talking Spanish.
Yeah.
Then you know you're in trouble.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Even anyone Spanish.
Right.
Who starts in English and ends in Spanish.
If I was married to a Spanish woman, she probably would talk Spanish 24/7 because I'd always be in trouble.
Dude, that would be a great excuse to like not listen to anything.
You're married. Do you listen? I don't fucking listen. I listen to nothing. I really do. I take nothing serious. I listen to absolutely nothing. My wife talks. I don't. Yeah. And how many times I look at her, I'm like, huh? What'd you say? And she gets so mad. I'm like, I'm not paying attention. What do you want?
I zone out. She's like, you can't multitask, she says. I'm like, I'll be like reading something.
You want to know why? Because they multitask all day. At work.
I guess.
I don't want to do it. Like when I leave here.
We do. Yeah. I thought you meant women multitask.
No, she won't. My wife multitasks. She does. But they like, she's like, I can do this and this. And I'm like, well, good for you. Because when I go home, like when I leave here tonight,
I want my brain off.
I don't like. I'm gonna go home and have like a very simple conversation with my wife.
Speaking of turning your brain off.
Yeah, and gummy. That's exactly. I was just gonna say that.
I'm
going home, having 2 gummies and puffing on the vape, and see you later. That's how I'll be zoned out into the TV because. That's just it.
You're allowed to do that?
Am I allowed?
Well, your like recovery thing.
Oh yeah. Yes. They actually don't poo. They don't poo it. They say because it's medical now and it's legal, and they use it for medical purposes. So they say if it helps you and you're not abusing it, they're okay with it. If it's
we're brought you down.
Yeah. No, I got my own. Don't worry. I just hit the dispenser on the way home.
Are we allowed to do weed?
So there's a very fine line. If it's a federally funded job, it still falls under a federal, I believe. I don't quote me on this because I don't know 100%, but I'm pretty sure it falls under a federal guideline, and then you can be tested like.
Were you at the union meeting where they were like, vote yes for legalization of weed?
Well,
and everyone erupted like 2 years ago. And they're like, whoa.
I wasn't there for that meeting, but they should. I mean, I think they should. There's nothing wrong with weed. Well, you don't hear people going on a mass murder after smoking a joint or doing. You really don't hear people doing crazy, stupid things after getting high on weed. And the medical benefits, this is no bullshit, and this has been for years now, and I knew this was coming down the line. The medical benefits of cannabis is like it's constantly coming out with new stuff that it's like the breakthroughs are like amazing. It's all about who can put their hands on it to get money once they legalize it like they are. So you know, obviously, the state of New Jersey would have never legalized weed if they're not making money hand over fist on it.
Yeah.
So
well, we are too. Like it's going to infrastructure.
Yeah.
So we should be supporting it by
100%
purchasing it.
Oh, we
have to.
And
it's our duty.
It's our duty, right?
It is.
You want your roads?
You're welcome.
If you want your roads fixed, smoke weed. You got to go smoke weed.
You got to do weed.
You can't go see Johnny on the corner anymore. Or you got to go see him for the other things. You got to go to the dispensary.
State approved.
Yes. So
yes.
Yeah. So I enjoy it very much. So
it's such a good thing we didn't do the podcast last night, dude.
What?
It would have been a full-on therapy session for me. I would have been laying on this table.
You're that bad?
I was like a bad. I just felt like a terrible dad last night.
Oh.
Do you ever have them nights, dude? Where you just suck at doing everything. Mm-hmm. Dude, like so, Steven, they were both just fucking, I guess, off the wall all day for my mom. So my mom's pissed off like when we get home, and they for some reason they got like body lotion and just rubbed it all like on the ceiling. A 5-year-old and a 3-year-old
rubbed body lotion on the ceiling.
On the ceiling.
How did they get up there?
Because we have steps up to the loft.
Okay.
which they're not supposed to be on. And they went up there and just like, he poured it in my daughter's hair. I walk home, right? I get home. He's like, Daddy, smell Gigi's hair. So I'm like, oh God, what is this, dude? We rubbed lotion in her hair.
Oh, okay.
All right, cool. Like, I don't really give a fuck. Whatever.
Right.
They tore up probably, 800 fucking crayons.
Oh my God.
Into 3 pieces. They didn't just
They were
mass break them.
they were on a
They
roll.
took their time with each fucking crayon. Like, unraveled it. There's fucking shit everywhere. There's the tip's gone, the back's gone, the broken. Like, they like went medieval on these fucking crayons.
I'm gonna get medieval on your ass.
So, like, I mean, again, I don't really give a fuck about the crayons or the mat, or, whatever. Like, but they're kids. I don't care.
Right.
But like they do that, and like they weren't being good all day, and then like you get home and you're trying to feed them. They don't want to fucking eat. There's nothing they'll eat. So like, my big thing last night was we were trying to feed Steven macaroni and cheese with peas in it, maybe 2 peas, 12 peas. I don't fucking know, a couple peas. And he just takes one look at it and goes, I don't like this. I'm like, bro, no, don't work like that. You don't know if you like it. You have to try it. I don't like it. Yeah, you do. I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to force broccoli down your throat.
Right.
Do you like macaroni? Yes. Do you like cheese? Yes. Do you like peas? Yes.
There you go.
Here you go. It's a meal.
Right.
All in one bowl. Just try it. Nope. Right? So now we're doing, the Texas fucking standoff. You're not eating anything except for this. And he's
Right.
like, I'm not eating that. And he's at the same time rolling around on the floor starving. Like, I'm so hungry.
Oh my God.
And just finding that line between like being cool and being like the disciplinarian is so fucking hard, dude.
No shit. Yeah.
Because it sucks to be a discipline. Like,
Sure.
who the fuck wants to, like, I don't want to, like, whatever, dude, eat fucking brownies then. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if Michelle says, no, you can't do that, then
Right.
I'm not going to say, yeah, you can do that.
Right.
So you got to, like, support your wife. And, and dude, like, this all happened, like, pre-8 o'clock. We would have been sitting down at, like, the peak of it would have been over 10 minutes ago, and I would have just, like, the whole thing would have been about me just being an awful fucking person.
Nah, you're not being an awful person because you can't listen. Kids are going to push the issue. They're going to try to get away with whatever they can, and they know it. You don't think a 5-year-old know what they're doing. They know exactly what they know. If they holler and scream long enough, they get what they want. I remember when we were younger, my mother used to threaten me with peanut butter and jelly. Little did I know I love peanut butter and jelly now. I would have ate that every day. But if you don't eat dinner, you get peanut butter and jelly, or you starve. And then my father would say, "Don't even give him a peanut butter and jelly. Let him starve.
Yeah.
If he's hungry, he'll eat."
Yeah.
And that's how you learned. You didn't eat, and God forbid you didn't eat dinner.
Oh, yeah.
And like an hour later, say you were hungry or try to go sneak something. Oh yeah, you were getting beat.
Yeah.
I was 100%. I was getting smacked.
Well, I keep that like method of parenting in the back of my head, like they did this for years, where kids had no say over anything. Like, we cook literally, like, we have to sometimes cook a meal for me and Michelle, a meal for Giada, and then a meal for Steven. And then one of them won't like it, and then we have to cook another one just to get them to fucking eat. And it, like, you're just like, am I enabling this horrible fucking behavior right now? Or am I just trying to feed my fucking child? Like, I don't even know the difference.
Like I said, it's kids. It's they're not. That's what they do. You have to, and unfortunately, you have to have the more patience and hold your ground.
Yeah.
And you can't break. You got to let them break. And it works. And sometimes you will break because you just don't feel like dealing with it. You don't feel like flipping out. Yeah. But I get that.
Yeah, and then you raise your voice, and then
But no, kids don't have a say. They shouldn't. I'm sorry.
I know.
If you
They
don't
don't
like that,
know.
and if you don't like that, you shouldn't have a say either.
Yeah, they don't. They don't know. They don't. They literally have no idea.
Yeah, I mean,
what
no,
they're talking
they
about.
don't. I mean, that's that we're your parents for a reason. So listen.
Well, I'm trying to tell them, like, dude, you don't have to like everything you eat. Like, it doesn't all have to taste like a fucking brownie, like a chocolate lava sundae. Like, you can eat stuff that, like, you don't like that much. It's only to fill your belly. It's not like,
Right.
Yeah,
just to keep moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I try to, like,
Kids need
Reason-
to be seen and
I
unheard.
like sit him
Kids-
down and he just like stares right through my fucking brain and I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? And he's just like, yeah, Can
Yeah.
I have a brownie now?
Right. Just patronizing
Yeah.
you.
All right, dude.
Kids
whatever,
need to be seen and not heard.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
That's all. That's what we was when we were younger.
It was.
And look, we turned out pretty kick ass.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
I mean, we're doing a podcast.
We are.
So,
We're two in a blue. Yeah,
two in a
fuck
blue,
yeah.
baby. Is that all we got this week?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. How are we doing on time, Lou?
All right. Before,
Yeah, don't be scared to use that mic, bro.
Yeah.
Hop in. Come on, say hi. Say hi. Lou, say hi.
Say
I'll wait.
it.
We can wait.
Before we go, let me don't forget, go on our YouTube page, go on our Facebook page, go on our Instagram page, go on our TikTok page, like us, follow us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. It costs you $0 to do it. We almost hit our 50 mark that we requested.
48,
We're at
baby.
48. Let's see if we can get to 60. I'd like to see 60 by our next podcast on there. Go
manageable.
on TikTok. It all just helps us. It helps us generate followers and viewing, and and generate more possibilities. The more people we have following, the more people have viewing the videos and the subscribers. So please get out there, support Two in a Blue.
Hey, don't forget to stick around for the interview.
Yes.
Jim Coia coming up next. He's one of the nicest guys in the whole universe. He was here with his wife. She's not on camera, but he was here with his wife. They're super nice. They're super well connected. I got a lot of people were asking me about. People were asking me to get a retired guy on so that they can, like, people that are considering retiring in the next 5-10 years. They don't.
Yeah.
They have no idea how to do it. So we get into a lot of that. We get into
good.
we get into like why he retired, which is compelling stuff. And this dude, when you want to talk about fucking connected, he's fucking connected.
Good.
Dude. Yeah, he's got a lot of that. Yeah.
If
Just
you want,
watch.
if you want to be on Two in a Blue and you want to be interviewed, give Steve a shout. We'll consider it.
Holla at your boy. I love talking.
We
to
like that.
people.
We're trying to keep it on the construction side. If you're in construction, we like to hear all kinds of different. I think I have an idea for a female or for an interview.
Yeah.
I do. I have an idea, and I would really like to get a female construction.
It's coming
worker on
soon.
here
It's coming
because,
soon.
Because they're big. They're big in the workforce, man. They are. They're out there. They're doing their thing.
Yep.
And listen, I've seen some girls out there who can run a jackhammer better than a guy. So
Fuck yeah.
I've seen it. So
All right. See you next week.
see you on the next one.
Thanks everyone for sticking around for the interview. I have a very special guest here. This is Jim Coia. He is a recently retired 172 laborer. He is a side hustling caterer. He is the nanny of Kellyanne Conway and the father-in-law of Mike Pence's nephew. Holy shit, bro. That's a nice long list of shit.
Thanks for having me, Steve. I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on, dude.
You want to talk about retirement? Retirement is a tough decision. I really didn't have to make the decision. It was brought to me from doctors from getting leukemia. I'm not sure how I got it, but I had to live with it, and my doctors told me I couldn't do the work anymore. So luckily, I had over 30 years in, and once my doctors told me I had to find another occupation, I really didn't know how to do anything to the point of making a living. So I had to, after 6 months of not working, you lose your medical. So I had to make sure I turned in my retirement papers before the 6 months expired. But everything is good now. I'm on disability, and I can't complain.
How's the are you done with treatment for leukemia?
No, I get treated weekly. They changed my diagnosis from one leukemia to another, so now they're going to do different treatment to get my blood work a little closer to normal.
How do you feel?
I feel normal. But when your platelets drop, platelets gel your blood. So if I would have gotten cut on the job, I would have bled to death before I could get to a hospital. If you're on the parkway, or you don't always have access to a hospital within 20 minutes. So that's it was all new to me at the time, and I didn't take it as seriously as I should have, and I started bleeding internally and ended up in a hospital for almost a week from a big bruise that I noticed on my leg and a couple spots on my tongue, things that I knew to look for, but I felt okay, so I would have gone to work that day if it wasn't a Saturday and probably wouldn't have made it home.
Wow. So how'd you find out that you had leukemia?
Blood work. I always
Just
got
routine?
blood work. My my father had cancer issues, so I always made sure I had my blood work done regularly. And when it showed up with everything not being in the range, I had more tests done, and that's when they found the leukemia.
Was that how was that to hear?
Scary until they told me it's not deadly. You live with it, but it does give you things to look for and things to watch out for. And that's when my doctor said you can't do construction anymore. You can work in an office setting. And once you're over a certain age, and you've done the same thing since you were 18 years old, it's hard to just switch over to an office setting or something that isn't physical. All I had was a high school diploma.
Yeah, it sounds boring.
Yeah, it is. I miss the guys,
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
I don't miss this working in 100-degree heat. I feel bad for the guys who are killing themselves out there. And but at least I was in my mid 50s when it happened. That's
Yeah.
usually when this leukemia, you find it when you're over 50 years old.
So you have over 30 years in now.
I had 32 or 33 years with 172. I had 3 years in Philadelphia when they were building the high rises. Things had gotten slow in the late 80s, early 90s on 172. And I had to make a tough decision. So I went over to Philly. They were building Liberty 1 and Liberty 2, and I had an in over there. So I went there for a couple years. And then I was able to come back to 172 through family members. And that's when I hopped back. It was 1993. I came back, and I had got my 30 years from there.
You were just saying earlier it was a lot different when you got back. Was that after the merge when you got back?
I got back in 92, right before I got married. And business agents had changed. Ron Benedetta had gotten in around 94, 95. And once he got in, he seemed to not take an interest, but he was a friend of the family. So when Ron Benedetta got in, things became easier for me because we had mutual friends. My father and his best friend were good friends. So, you know, it's who you know a lot of times helps you.
When was this merge? I think a lot of people might not even know about it. I didn't know about the merge until you just said it.
Around 2012, Atlantic City Building Trades basically went out of business. And 172 ended up taking, I think it was 800 members from that union into ours. So working out of the hall, if you got laid off at any time other than January, February, and March, 172 had you back to work almost instantly. So it was easy to work out of the hall until 2012. I think that's when the merger happened. After 2012, it was hard to get your hours if you weren't dug in with the company. So, yeah, you pretty much...
So the whole mindset changes for the worker.
Yeah, the mindset had to change from being 100% union guy to 50-50. You had to ride the fence and let these companies know that you wanted them to make money. You were there for them to make money. And as far as the union, that I was still a union guy also, but it definitely had to change a little bit. You had to stay with the company, because if you got laid off with the extra 800 members, you weren't guaranteed to go out to get your, back then it was 600 hours, and then soon after it turned into 1,000 hours. So without that 1,000 hours, you're not keeping your medical, you lose a pension credit. So you really had to make sure you got your hours in.
Do you think the contractors took advantage of that? Do you think they saw that shift in the worker?
I'm not sure of that.
Because I mean, before that, basically a worker had all the leverage.
Yes.
You could just say, "Well, I'm not doing that."
Right.
And then it turned into like, "Well, now I kind of need you."
The good thing about our union is there was really no seniority other than the shop steward. And even then, they could find ways to get rid of you. But after that merger, you really had to hustle. Otherwise, if you were only there a couple weeks and got sent back and there's 150 guys on the list, when are you going out again?
Yeah.
So it changed a lot of things.
I imagine it improved the work.
Absolutely.
I mean, it became massively more
Lazy,
competitive.
yeah.
Right?
If you're lazy,
Yeah.
and you keep getting sent back to the hall and you're not getting your credits, that's on you.
Yeah.
So you basically, if you were somebody that just said, they'll take care of me, that I'll go right back out, you had to work.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Frank D'Antonio saying that at a union meeting way before the merger. He's like, guys, it's not the 70s anymore. It's not the 60s. You can't hide on the job anymore. He said it at a meeting. Mm-hmm. And he's like, wake up. We can't just keep sending you out. You just have to perform when you're there.
Wow.
And I remember that.
That must have been, I mean, it must have been an issue for him
The
to bring
owners.
it up.
Oh, yeah. He wouldn't have said it if the owners weren't saying it. The company, they bid the work, and we have to do, our job.
Okay, so what's up with all the old timers always saying, like, you wouldn't make it back in my day?
Dude, they were all in Vietnam.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean,
I'm talking about at work.
I'm talking about my bosses.
Yeah.
All went through Vietnam. They were all in one type of service. None of them were college educated. And I remember one of my first jobs, I just questioned something simple. And his name was George Simpson, I think. He was the foreman. He was just trying to keep me looking busy. And I thought it was stupid that... But it made sense years later. Mm-hmm. And he's like, Jimmy, you don't have to do it, but I'll have somebody different here tomorrow that'll do it. And that was 1987, the Wildwood sewer plant. And that's when I learned, just shut up. Don't ask any questions. I'm green as grass. Mm-hmm. Just do what you're told. And that's what I learned that day, and it stayed with me all these years.
Yeah, I remember the first day you came on the job with me and Bobby Olive and Bukowski. We were like sleeping in the truck, and wake up, you're like raking a fucking pond or something. Like, what the hell are you doing?
It's just stupid. Stay busy, work. Don't get called out on anything.
That makes sense now. Yeah.
There you go, and that gets into you. Once I was told something, I never wanted to, be an example on the bad end of anything.
So you mentioned a little bit ago, it went from a pension credit went from 600 to 1,000, and the benefits and all that went from 600 hours to 1,000 hours.
Right.
You think that was a direct result of the surplus?
Yes.
Workforce.
I think
they're trying to weed people out.
The union found out that they get a lot more money if a guy doesn't get their 1,000 hours,
Yeah, I'm sure.
that could all go to the retirees because the pension went up to $100 a credit. And if you have, say, 800 laborers that work 5 months, anything less than their 1,000 hours or 600 hours at the time or 1,000 hours when it went up, all that money is getting put in a pool and you end up with extra money.
Yeah.
Of course, you have disgruntled laborers, but that's when they had to come to the mindset of, I better stick around when I go out there. So it kind of weeded out the weak, lazy guys with the wrong attitude, and guys with a good attitude, it helped them. I kind of noticed it through the years that this guy's not going to make it. He might last a couple years. Some of the guys that came over from 415 were really good laborers. I met a lot of them on the bridge that crossed. It was a joint venture from Pearson and Wegman. I think it was called 52 Construction or something like that. And they did a couple bridges all in the same area. The one that goes over the Parkway into Summers Point. And they also did the bridge that went from Summers Point into Ocean City. The 9th Street Bridge. I think it was the 9th Street Bridge. So it was about 6 or 7 years where a lot of those guys said, well, Nobby told me not to get laid off because he's, if this doesn't work, then he knows I'm not a good laborer, something like that. One of the guys had told me that from 415. And he was a good worker. It got tough.
Yeah.
That I ended up, making sure that I stayed wherever I went.
How do you think the temperature is now compared to then? Is it about? I mean, has that?
It's
been
1,000
consistent?
hours, yeah. I don't know how many guys are in now, but if you got laid off, there were 250, 300 guys on the
There's
list.
Probably a lot still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of work right now, though.
right. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I know this administration supposedly put a lot of money into the infrastructure. I don't know how many 172 hours, because they know how many hours a year every guy, that adds up to. So I don't know what it's been in a while, because I've been out for the last 2 years.
So what do you do now?
Well, I was just granted my disability a week ago. That was a 2-year wait. So
For the leukemia?
yeah,
They made you wait 2 years?
for
What the
whatever
fuck is-
reason, I have no idea, but it was finally granted, and so now I could take a deep breath and live my life normally. Before that, I was living on a pension, and I didn't get a lot of the 100-hour and 200-hour years. So basically, guys that retired 2 years ago are basically living on $2,000 a month. A lot of them draw off their annuity. They either roll it over into something or keep it in the union. And I know one guy, he gets $1,000 a month. I know another guy, he takes $2,000 a month
Just from
off
his
your
annuity.
annuity.
Yeah.
And there was a big loss, 2 years ago? That kills them.
Yeah.
So if you're drawing 1,000 or 2,000 off a month, waiting for your Social Security, by the time you get your Social Security, it all depends on how the market was or how the union's interest was those years. And I know a lot of guys took a beating 2 years ago
Yeah.
and are down to like 50 grand.
Well, it bounced back now. No? Well, I
Well,
guess if you keep
If you're
rolling,
down to
yeah.
50,000,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
like having 400,000 and getting the interest off of it. 50,000,
Yeah.
you really
Yeah,
don't
you
want to
take
go
a
touch that.
13% hit. Yeah, that's a big hit. Yeah.
So
Is that what
it'll-
it was? 13%? 14%? Might have been more.
that was the year I
was
moved to
2020,
mine. So yeah,
Oh.
I lost 80,000 that year So I know everybody else,
Yeah.
that was close to retirement did also.
So how's that work with the pension? Like I've honestly had people reach out to me to ask someone who's retired about this because they're, people are contemplating, they don't know they don't know what to do, right? They don't know, like, do you just call the business agent, hey, I retired, then they just dump some money on your lap?
Well, not the business agent. You call the office.
Okay.
The annuity and pension. You could call Bordentown, and they're going to tell you this is the number for Newark.
Mm-hmm.
And you basically get in touch with Newark, and I knew I had the years and the age.
Mm-hmm.
So
So what do you need?
55 years old and at least 25 years, I think it is. But I had over 30
And that's
years.
without penalty to your pension?
Exactly.
And how
To
about the
collect it at that age.
and annuity?
If you have 30 years, you could retire at 50 years old.
Okay.
But you need to have 30 years, and it doesn't matter what age you are. 25 years, you have to be over 55. Does that make
And there's no penalty to the pension.
No
penalty
penalty.
to the annuity.
right?
Okay.
Either one. If you have those,
Okay, so
Criterias.
you fall into that bracket of I'm 55, I got 25 years in.
I
Whatever.
had 30
Yeah,
years, and I was 56.
Well, not you particularly. Yeah.
Right.
So you fall into the you can retire with no penalty. So you
Right.
you can just right away start drawing from the annuity, and you
Yes.
can right away start getting. How long does it take? Like, how's the pension come? Does it come once a month, once a week?
Once a month.
Comes once a month?
First of the month. When I first did it, it was around November, and I had the 2 checks. I thought it was the 2 checks for Christmas, because usually in a good year, the retirees get 13 checks for that year. So when I got 2 checks, I thought, oh, great, I got my Christmas one also. But 2022 was a bad year, so they didn't have the 13th check. That's only in a good year.
Okay.
So I got the 2 checks, and it's just because I retired that year.
Okay.
So they gave me November and December.
Okay. And did you have to like fill out a ton of paperwork, or they just automatically
Sure.
started sending it?
Normal paperwork. They send a pamphlet out, it's probably, I guess, 3 pages long, and you have to let them know. You could take maybe 500 or 600 less a month, and your wife will get it longer.
If you die?
Yes. So there's a couple different. They give you, I think,
Oh.
3 different choices, and I don't even remember the choice I took.
So if you die 2 weeks after you retire, you get
Your
get half a
wife gets
pension
it for 5 years.
Okay.
Uh,
Is it
your spouse?
So is she guaranteed it for 5 years after you retire, or
Yes.
5 years after you die?
After I die?
So if you die when you're 80, she gets it till you're 85.
Yes.
So you would have
Right.
been 80.
Same. And medical, I think, is a year or 2.
No matter how many years you have in.
Yes. It ends after a certain point.
Now the who do you have to talk to about how to handle the annuity situation?
We already had somebody that was handling our retirement IRAs.
You said you had pulled out your annuity prior
Yes,
to retiring.
I did it at the same time. As
Okay.
soon as I could.
thing. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, because I just thought it would do a little better with the person we had trusted for the last 30 years, and it's worked out.
Are you allowed to keep it in
Yes.
forever?
Yes.
Or you don't ever
Absolutely.
have to withdraw it?
No.
Okay.
And you could draw the interest off for so much a month through the union also.
I'm sure they prefer that.
Sure. Yeah, they want. Yeah, absolutely. It benefits them.
Wow. That's interesting.
So you could roll it over into any kind of retirement that you want to without penalty. That's the whole thing.
How
You don't
about
want to get
property?
penalized. What about property?
Can you transfer it to property?
That I'm not sure.
Like, could you consider that an
To pay
investment?
off a mortgage?
No, to like purchase property.
Yeah.
without penalty?
It'll be income because you're putting it towards something other than rolling it over. So I'm pretty sure you would have to pay income tax on that if you're buying a property, but don't hold me to that.
Okay.
I had a great 30 plus years in 172. The guys were incredible. Great crews, great jobs. I did a lot of hazmat work over the years, only because it paid a little more, and the overtime was usually there on a hazmat job. I would always tell guys, either get a CDL and get your hazmat, because those are the things that keep you working more than being a basic labor.
Yeah. Well, yeah, anything you have. I mean,
Right.
TCCs,
Yes, exactly.
Awesome.
That also.
they always need them.
Right.
I heard there was a contractor trying to employ every TCC in the union.
Okay.
Work zone.
South State? Work zone. Okay.
Work zone. They're trying to take every TCC out of the hall,
I didn't even know work zone.
employ them all, and then when a contractor needs a TCC, they have to go to work zone.
Oh, okay. Smart.
It is. But, why pay 3 times the amount for a TCC when you could just
Get one from the
let one
hall.
of your guys go take a 1-week class and pay?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I remember anybody could sign up for that class and get it.
Yeah.
And then over the years, it changed to, well, the company has to sponsor you to get it. And that was about maybe
It's
last 10
I think
years.
you just need 4,000 confirmed hours of traffic experience.
Okay.
Which they may have even changed. Last time I took my refresher, I don't think they even care. I think they just want to get as many TCCs as they
Okay.
can. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Not a lot of people like to do it. I don't understand.
I
why.
hated it.
I love it.
I
It's the best job in the world.
I never liked responsibility, and
Yeah.
I always got nervous that if something happens, it's on you.
Yeah, that's what they say. Who's going to go after the labor when they could go after the contractor?
Well, there's so many lawyers
Yeah.
that they'll take a tape measure
They'd
out.
they'd have to be such a slam dunk lawyer. Like they'd have to be
They're
Johnny
out there.
fucking Cochran, dude.
They're out there,
They are, but not everyone has them.
right?
And they'd have to be out there immediately before the traffic was picked up,
Yeah.
before the police report.
They're-
I mean, they'd have to be right there.
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
pictures.
And
then they
they're
could
called
catch you.
ambulance chasers, and
Yeah.
they'll show up to the job as soon as they hear something on a monitor.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it would happen, but that
Yeah, it can.
that
I
was
guess.
thrown in my face a couple
Yeah, that's
times.
what they say.
Yeah,
I'm sure it can.
but I did it, and I just made sure I had really good guys on the crew
Yeah.
that had my back.
Yeah, most of the time everyone just knows what they're doing. and you
That's
just-
what it's all
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Having good guys with you that you can trust.
Yeah, it makes a world of difference.
You're not kidding.
Yeah, I was just talking. Anthony Coia was on. Anthony Coia,
I saw that.
long lost cousin. How are you related to him?
Second or third cousins.
Yeah.
His father, I was closer to, and then I met Anthony at a function that you were having,
Yeah.
and got to talk to him
Yeah.
for 10 minutes.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, middle road. So
Yep.
middle.
Yeah,
all
he's a supervisor, and he was talking about just a lot of cultures. Like he's real big into like culture, which a lot of guys aren't. And I guess
Okay.
him being like a union supervisor rather than a company supervisor facilitates that mindset a little bit more, But it makes for a really good work environment. And when you have a good work environment, it takes a ton of pressure off you every day. Yeah. So speaking of the function that you met Anthony Coia at,
Yeah.
you do catering.
Yeah, I mess
been
mess
dabbling
around
for
with
a
it.
while.
Yeah, I just do it for friends and family.
Yeah, that's cool. You were doing it as a laborer,
Yeah.
bringing in the fucking Bunsen burners. What are they called?
Sterno.
Sternos. Yeah.
And anything that could start a fire. I got
Yeah.
good at field
Yeah.
catering
Yeah.
with nothing.
We had some good meals. You had a dog, crazy dog.
Flynn.
Is
You
he still
remember
around?
Flynn? Yeah, Flynn's hanging on by a
Wanted,
thread.
that dog wanted to kill me, dude.
Yeah,
I opened. You
don't go
wanted
near
something
the
out of your
truck.
truck, dude. His fucking teeth look sharp as hell, dude. That dog was this big.
He was a rescue.
Yeah.
Yeah, he thinks he's big.
Yeah.
He has no idea.
Scared me. I ain't fucking with Flynn. That's cool. That's good to know.
God, yeah. I loved if I only did that to guys that I really enjoyed working with.
Oh, you introduced me to Italian hot dogs.
Yeah.
I still to this day make I eat them. Well, I haven't because
I got that recipe on a job in Jersey City working for Panaleo Electric.
It's not much better than
back in the late 80s, early 90s. And the operator sent me to pick a couple up, and I had no idea what it was until I saw it. And then I'm like, this is right up my alley.
It's peppers, onion, hot pepper, hot dog, cilantro?
On an Italian bun.
On an Italian bun.
Yeah,
with,
peppers, onions, and potatoes with hot
potatoes.
dogs. Potatoes make it. Yeah, breakfast potatoes.
Man, dude, I could go for an Italian hot dog right now.
I got you.
I do it with kielbasa.
Same thing, yeah.
Oh, man.
But I had a lot of fun over the years. Great guys. And Tony's doing a great job. God bless him. You guys are very lucky. Guys that are in right now have the best
Jim, you want to get
president.
a little closer to your mic? I'm sorry.
Yeah, the guys that are in right now have the best president you could ask for. I mean, he cares. He's so professional, so intelligent, and I feel comfortable retiring because I know what he's doing for the future is only going to help me as a retiree.
Yeah. There's a lot of good guys underneath him too. I mean, he picked a strong group of like business agents and administrative. Like I would consider it a strong group.
Good. Yeah.
So you took a sabbatical for a year, right? 2017 was it?
2017, after the election where Trump won, I took a layoff and was helping my first cousin, Kellyanne, and her husband. They needed help with the kids. They had 4 young kids, 12, twins 12, and at the time, I guess 9 and 8. And so I had my hours for the year, and I moved in, and I was the manny. the male nanny.
Oh man!
So it was
not a lot
great.
Of people I could picture being a great nanny, but you were certainly one of them. Yeah.
The people at the schools took a liking to me. The dropping them off in the morning and having to go back an hour later to bring whatever they forgot.
Yeah.
They got to know me well.
Yeah.
So it was great. That lasted. I got through the winter doing that, and then the company I was with asked if I had work up that way. So I actually went back with Mount in North Jersey, 10 minutes from their house, for another month or so until they were close to moving to D.C. And did their 4 years with Trump in D.C. We got them really close to when they were headed to D.C., and my wife took over for me for a month, and then I just stayed with Mount until I retired.
What an experience, man.
It was great.
So Kellyanne Conway is your cousin.
She's my cousin.
First cousin?
Yes. Our mothers are sisters. We grew up like brother and sister, and she's incredible. She's done so much for me and my family that I can never repay her. She's just...
What's the age gap with you two? 9
months.
Oh, so
I'm 9 months older. Yeah.
Were you like, did you pick on her? She picked on you?
Yeah. I mean, we were like siblings. I lived with her half the year, and she would move in with us half the year because the house that she lived in, everybody moved to Florida in the winter, and her mother worked at the Claridge on the night shift. So she would move into my house in the winter, and I always wanted to be there in the summers because it was so great. You know, Italian grandmothers, they just spoil the death out of a boy. So we had the best life, the best growing up. Yeah. So we're really tight.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and talk about talk about some connections. Your daughter got married to Mike Pence's nephew?
Well, again, because of Kelly, my daughter worked for her at her polling company as soon as she graduated college. So my daughter followed Kelly to the White House, and Kelly offered her a couple different positions, the press, communications, and my daughter didn't know what to pick from. She didn't, there was no, you just pick one. So she ended up in the press department, and she was with Trump 24/7. If he flew someplace, my daughter flew someplace. So she checked all the credentials of anybody in the press to make sure, that everybody that was supposed to be in the room, and anybody that wasn't supposed to be in the room wasn't. Yeah, so that's where my daughter met Mike Pence's nephew. He was in the campaign for his uncle, and they actually met on, I think it was the European tour where they hit all the countries. And yeah, so great guy.
You got to be like super proud, man.
I
That
am.
is- What an unbelievable experience.
Yeah, I mean, she's lived a life that
My God.
it's crazy. Yeah.
Even just being in D.C., just like on vacation, is like,
She's had a
unreal.
magical, both of them,
know?
because John is her husband is the same way. He had him. His mother says, he was born with the horseshoe, and my daughter is, they're both very lucky, but they're grounded. They're really good young people.
that's awesome.
Yeah, we're blessed.
Congrats, man. That is so cool.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. What's the dumbest shit you ever saw?
I want to get back to you on that. I will come back. I need to think about that a little bit. I've seen a lot through the years, but to just pick something out would be tough. I really want to think about this and get it right. I want to be an extra in one of your next
I had to
podcasts.
involve Bukowski in some way.
He is funny. I mean, just
Is that not the best crew?
it was.
There was not.
I wish I would have had that crew for my last 10 years.
Yeah.
It was too good to
Yeah, you
be
knew
true.
that wasn't going to last forever.
Yeah, so funny. Just great guys. I just want to mention Bobby Olive. May rest in peace. He was on that crew, and just a great guy. And there's a bunch of others also that we lost. Just hardworking, good, just great guys, and they didn't live long enough. But yeah, rest in peace, Bobby.
Yeah, that one hit hard. Bobby's a good dude, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thanks for being on, dude.
I really enjoyed it,
Yeah.
and I want to come back in 6 months.
You're
and
always welcome back.
I'm gonna.
It's going to take you 6 months to think about the dumbest thing you ever saw?
I want to add. I want to think of a lot of things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to come back.
All right, man.
Thanks
You're
for having
always
me.
welcome, man. Yeah, of course. Thanks, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next week.